It's Ricky. welcome to round 18 of season 11. Joining me for the final crossplay 2 division, it is of course X427, someone who has been commentating the whole season. And Dan, as we head towards Brazil, I can't help but shed a little bit of a tear as we will say goodbye to crossplay 2 as Contest Speed will fully merge to that platform. But Brazil is definitely a track that has plenty of action, and I fully expect a very entertaining race.
Universally adopted, so that's not it's not going away properly. Yeah, Brazil. It threw up a bit of a stagnant race actually last night in EU3. A lot more sedentary than we'd have expected. 15 runners, no safety cars, no VSCs, no real drama to speak of. But that in itself was not going to happen tonight.
Yeah, definitely not a drop of the controller the first minute into quali. We are expecting Kiabo to join during qualifying, of course, Constructors Champions, along with PW Jones. But it has to be said, a strong attendance considering F123 is out is it next week or the week after?
Week after, I think. But yeah, either way. Everyone trying to get those last few points of like bragging rights, aren't they, before the season finishes and the game's over, and
Absolutely,
and with nothing left there's nothing left to fight for, is there really, in here? It's Jones and Williams with the titles. So
yeah, I think the Williams have wrapped up the constructors, and yeah, I think Jones has won the drivers. It's a little bit of a shame because we had Raptor, who was, I don't want to say dominating, but he kind of went away. And it would have been interesting to see if he could keep up that consistency. We are being told
I've
there is
seen that
rain coming for the race, and I have to say, I'm not surprised. It is Brazil.
No, it is. Question is, how heavy is it? Are we going to only need inters? Are we going to have to go full wets? And how far through the race is it? Are they going to have to potentially look at a 2-stop race? Are they going to go straight for the hard tire and go all the way to the rain? We're going to see somebody try something very unusual.
Yeah, absolutely. Dry, rain, dry is what we're being told. So it's going to be extremely interchangeable conditions. It's almost as if someone has taken a spin, as Guinness has had a moment there. And let's have a quick look at that. We caught it on the camera, and whoa, around he goes there in the Alpine.
Yeah, lovely little pirouette for Kaganes. So that's his only one for the evening, especially when the rain comes.
Hasmania's out on a flying lap. He's in the Ferrari. Ferrari actually, during season 11, have been pretty dominant across the board, haven't they?
We have, yes. He says, not at all.
I can hear the smile. I can hear the smile.
Smile? Honestly, I look like the Joker. So, like, the whole head is just teeth and like a grin. But yeah, we have done. We've done pretty well. EU3, we wrapped it up last week. 2 weeks ago, even the Constructors Championship, and then Two-Spell Wizard managed to get himself the Drivers' Championship last week. So our race last night was a bit of a procession.
Yeah, he's drove really well this season, I think.
He has, yeah. But we sort of considered ourselves to be the sort of golden oldies with greying and balding hair respectively between us. So we've just sort of plodded along, going with just picking up points. But it seems to have been the case across all the tiers, actually. I think the only one where it's been a truly dominant performance has been EU1 with Vaporizer, where he's just walked away with it. But yeah, Ferrari top of the overall constructors at the moment. I think it might already be done, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, it's been a good season for us.
Absolutely, and this track itself, I mean, I'm a firm believer that this track should always be the finale of any season, especially in real life, because it just brings so much action, doesn't it? Like it's short track,
always the good
qualifying's
race
gonna
there,
be
isn't
close. There's good opportunity for wheel to wheel, but yet you can still be ultra aggressive. I just think it's the ultimate driver's circuit, to be honest.
Yeah, great lap from Cornish there, putting it on pole position, provisionally at least, 108.0 for him. Yeah, it is. It's a really good circuit. Considering it's so small as well, it has everything.
Check out Bryson's comment in the chat. Dry chaos, dry.
Nova's just asked me if he can join. I mean, we're expecting Kievo to join.
Yeah, we are expecting
halfway
Kiabo
through, so.
as the McLaren of. Was that Nasala? Yes, Kiabo did join, but not just that. We did have reserves who were
ready to sort of jump in, weren't
asked.
they?
Yeah, so it is one of them. Like I say, I'm as surprised as anyone really in terms of how many people actually want to continue racing. So we got PW Jones coming up to Sector 1. His first flying lap.
So you know my appetite for racing, but even I'm bored of this game at the moment. Even I've sort of burnt out a little bit after 2 seasons. So
yeah, for sure.
It'd be nice though. Nice to get a couple of weeks in, get the new game out,
Absolutely.
re-energise, go again.
Yeah, well, I mean, it never stops behind the scenes, does it? You know, we've been planning season 12 for probably 3 months already, but
yeah,
we've got some news coming in the next couple of weeks, I guess. The calendar and a bit of personnel change.
So we've got the reruns next week. I know that AM3, I think, have got a rerun of Imola. There might be an EU one as well.
I think it's AM1 and AM1 is, I think they decided to not rerun. And I think
it was Hungary for them, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think it's AM2. I think AM2 have got one tonight and then Imola next week.
Yeah. So a couple next week to get through potentially, and then after that it will be all systems go for season 12. We've had some changes in Discord already. People may have noticed that. You're part of that Discord server.
Yeah, that thing's always changing. There's always something going on.
Yeah. There's always some tinkering going on.
Yeah, there's always tinkering. It's just, you know what, we've got, quite a bit to do between the seasons. It is a big transformation.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
And it's all about just giving ourselves as much time as possible. And yeah, I think there's, I think the majority of the drivers are actually looking forward to F1 23. There has been some good words spoken about it, even just in the beta. So fingers crossed that they don't get it right and then they change it like they did with F1 22. Because this game actually had some really good reviews, especially with the handling first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that's what sort of paid waste to it, really, hasn't it? With the sort of the general feeling that it started off really well, and then the changes they've made have sort of compromised that good start, really, the foundation they had. But from what we're hearing, it's a return to an older style of handling model, isn't it? Sort of the F1 2019, I think.
2020 is what I'm hearing about the traction. Right. So it's sort of like you can pretty much full power in second gear, which from the F1 drivers who do play the game, they've got promoted and that. But they were literally saying that it's in real life it's basically like having medium control, traction control. So and it kind of makes sense.
That's purely on tyre performance. It must be. But yeah, I mean, either way, if they can bring it back to that and start to get it working in a much more realistic way. I mean, obviously, when we're talking about games, the evolution of the industry is such that there'll be a new physics model or a new physics engine coming in 2 months down the line to sort of, revamp the whole industry. So if there's been one that's come out in the meantime that's sort of allowing them to model aerodynamics properly and that kind of thing, then we could be in for something special. I hope we are. Fingers crossed.
I'd be amazed if they make a worse game than 2022. I mean, I am really sad that this has been. I mean, I actually even sold my own wheel this game cycle. It was that bad for me, as Jack Hawkey just about goes provisional pole position. It's a Ferrari. Is it Ferrari? No, he's in an Alpha tonight, so Alpha 1 and
Ferrari
3.
in an Alpha sandwich.
Yeah, Italiano.
Yes. Speaking of, I could make you proper jealous, Ricky.
Don't do it. Go on, tell me.
Guess where I'll be on Saturday and Sunday.
Do tell.
I will be at Monza.
Yeah, but not for the F1, so I'm not that disheartened.
No, but I've been for the F1 before.
Yeah, I was looking at flights the other day actually.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm sort of leaning towards Qatar. Can get out there.
Qatar could be a good one.
Qatar, meet the captain. Oh, we got a spinner.
Yeah. Oh,
Kiabo. Oh, nicely done.
He's done well to keep that out of the wall, hasn't he, on the inside?
Just lost it coming out of the center S. I mean, like you say, he's very, very lucky. He's still got time to get back around and set a new lap, but will he have to put a new pair of boots on there, Dan, or is the deck? Is the tyres not that bad on this game?
How long has he got? He's got plenty of time. I mean, he could probably go around and put another lap in. I would suggest, especially after another spin there at the top of the hill at turn 7. He's going to come back in and change the tyres, but Kiabo joined the session late, didn't he? So he'll have an extra set compared to the others because he's out of sync. So I would imagine.
I suppose the question is, how many people would have, dry. Would these drivers be looking at a full dry setup, or would they, they potentially think about having a bit of a hybrid?
You probably want to go for a dry setup and then adapt it a little bit, rather than going for something that was a pure hybrid or anything else. So maybe crank the ride height 1 notch, maybe 2. Tyre pressures, you're going to want to take them down a little bit. But obviously you don't want to take them too far, because then you're going to struggle to put temperature into your hard and medium tyres. So
Connor's just gone for a spin. You'll have to watch out. There's an advancing McLaren. That is Usula, who reserved last week actually, and until the spin, the second half of the race was running pretty well.
He was, yeah. He's out of fuel at the moment, trying to get back to the pits, but keep out of the Ferrari's way. And we've got the 2 Alpines as well, line astern, so
yeah, so 5 minutes to go. There's a little bit of surprise. You got Hilly down in P12. PW Jones hasn't quite hooked it up, but I mean, it's 2 or 3 attempts and you jump in 5 or 6 positions, especially around a track like Brazil. I mean, it's such a short track in terms of lap time. I mean, it's one of the most fun qualifying sessions, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's up there with Imola because it's such a short track and it's so fast that you don't really have time to sort of think about any mistake you're making. You're on to the next corner straight away. So you just got to go with it and hope that the time is good and that the car sticks. But just looking at it now, we've got the whole field bar Nellen, who's obviously retired so can't improve his time, and Riyadh, who's not set one yet. The whole field separated by 1.2 seconds, which is pretty close. I mean, half a second separates the top 10.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, bearing in mind, these, the Crossplay 2, it wasn't based on times or anyone. It was just kind of if you wanted to race, just get involved. And so I'm actually surprised, and not just this track because we expected this track, but in general the qualifying's been pretty close.
Yeah, And I mean, it's something we've championed for a long time. Obviously, we do try and base the tiers off pace, but if you're in a tier with drivers who are quicker than you, it almost pulls you up to their speed somehow. It's weird how it works, isn't it? I mean, you and I have both experienced it. When you're in a tier with faster drivers, you tend to get sort of pulled along in the need to be quicker and to compete. Whereas if you're in a tier where you're dominating, there's not that drive anymore. So, you're just going to walk to the finish and
Yeah, absolutely.
take the checker flag, champagne, trophy, go home, come back next week. Whereas this tier had a mixture of
Jack
drivers
Hawkins
who were
disqualified.
Ooh.
Provisional pole position disqualified. And I bet you that was something stupid, as Cornish Cook is now promoted to provisional pole 1. K&B, his qualifying's done. He has had a moment. Is that Tessida Del Lago?
I only know my number. Turn 4.
I think it is.
Something's happened to him down there.
Yeah,
I think he was getting out of the way of some of the guys ahead of him, and it's sort of compromised his lap. And he might get, if he's on an out lap, maybe he'll get another one.
I don't think he will, because he's saying someone blocked him, which obviously won't help. Jack Hawkey is saying he let go of his controller out of the pit lane, and he's gone straight into a wall, but being classed as blocking, so he'll be disqualified and start P20. And yeah, I mean, those are two of the quickest drivers in this tier, so this is a real opportunity for, I don't know, someone who's usually sort of P6, P7 to maybe get a front row, especially with the track evolving.
Yeah, maybe. Fingers crossed K&B will get another chance at it, or is he going to peel into the pits? He's going to make a very late decision to come into the pits. Don't think we'll let him off with that one, seeing as it's the last race of the season. Nisula has invalidated his time at the moment.
Hell, he's improved to P2, a 6,000th. I mean, this is what we're talking about. The improvement is there. I mean, it's one of those, can you get all 4 runs in this qualifying session?
You can, yeah. Yeah, you can get 4 of them. I'm on board with Barrichello at the moment, coming through the middle sector.
It is Vapes. He has changed his name. And we know he's got pace because he absolutely dominated Imola just a few races back. And there's a slow Ferrari. And there's a slow McLaren now. So he's backed out of it. He's aborted. And he'll have to be careful because we're starting to get a bit of a... Do you remember Monza 2019?
Yeah. Well, it happened here as well, didn't it? In the same year, I think. Where they all backed up down there before Yunsao.
So who's on a flying lap? Let's come and have a look. We got Kiabo coming up to the end of Sector 1. He's 300ths down on his previous best. I have to say, I do love Turn 4 here.
Oh, it's great. Cornish Cock, meanwhile, just gone through Turn 4 and 5. He's 2/10 up through the first sector. Current provisional pole sitter.
Yeah, he's had enough. And Kiabo's gone. That's it. That's his qualifying absolutely ruined. And he's just lost it. He's got his throttle down a little bit too early. And Tasmania's coming up to the same part of the track.
Catches out the best of us. Cornish Cock, 1/4 of a second up through the first 2 sectors. Gone purple through the middle. Nisula 107.9. Takes provisional pole, but unless Cornish has had a miserable final sector, that's about to be snatched from his grasp.
Yeah, this is going to get juicy right now.
Here it goes. 7.8. Ferrari back on top.
Oh, and he's invalidated. Tasmania. He's not happy with that, and that is a real bad mistake. Oh, he just took too much cut of the corner, and Kiabo 500 just behind, and we got Cornish,
so close at the
top. Yeah, Cornish Mantis half a second up, so he's going to be flirting with the likes of PW Jones and Bryson. P12.
Improves his time, but not his position, I don't think.
And that's it. Cornish Cook will take.
He's taken pole
Position, and we know this has been a good game cycle for Cornish.
Yeah, it has. Both of them actually, they're both doing really well. Mantis was competitive last night, got caught out early on with a little bit of wing damage, but you know when you get one of them that's not enough for you to stop, so you've got to just keep going and hope.
Yeah, and I just
Ended
wonder.
up passing me on the last lap as well for what ended up being P6, which is annoying. I had to fuel save with there being no safety cars.
And I just wonder what
But,
Jack Hawkey would have done because he had, let's have a look at his lap. He was on a 7.9 quite early in the session.
Yeah.
So he'd have been minimum second row. And yeah, I don't know. I think Jack Hawkey might have just had the pace. So let's watch out because if he's got the pace in quali, usually he's pretty handy in the race.
He is, yeah. He'll probably have to be a little bit patient, particularly with the weather coming. There's going to be a lot of slow drivers waiting for that rain before they want to make their first stops. So he's going to have to pick his way through the field, try and go for a last to first. But as we know, the rain is a great equaliser. So if he can make it to the rain, then the guys who are out front will probably get pegged back a little bit.
Yeah, with the rain coming, I mean, I don't see too many people going on the hard tyre. Will anyone try the soft, Dan? That's the question. I mean, if it's coming soon, the back markers might try it, you know.
And what is it, 36 laps, so... Is crossplay on perfect weather?
No, it's always approximate.
Approximate, right. So it's between then 10 and 15 laps we'd be looking for at the start of the race for it to begin raining. The soft tyre is at its best for 6 laps. You can maybe stretch it to 10. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Anyone on the soft tyre is hoping for an early safety car to get that stop out of the way in the hope that the rain comes and it isn't heavy enough for them to need to swap to inters. Spoiler alert, it's Brazil, it will be.
Well, apparently it's like a bit
will
around
be.
long, but here we go. We're getting ready for 5 red lights here at the track of Interlagos. No formation lap, and it's a clean start from the Williams of Kiabu. And he's already looking at the inside. He's gone on to the... Is that the white wall tyres? It is, so...
Yeah, we've both leaders on the hard tyre. Cop trying to take him around the inside of 2, but...
Look at the McLaren of Nusila, and look at K&B as well.
3 wide down the straight then.
Oh,
it's going to be Kiamo in the lead. Nisula in second, K&B. Oh, Nisula's had a moment now on the exit of the corner. Lost 3 places. Back down in front of his teammate. P5 and P6 for the McLarens. Almanac up to P4. Great start for him.
Oh, there's contact.
Cornish, pole sitter, down 2.
Is there contact? We got a terrible view. Bloody Cody's giving us a bloody awful camera. But it looked like the McLaren of Nusilo maybe.
No, K&B!
And he's going to have to stay stagnant there because there's oncoming traffic.
For all of them.
The question is, will he get disqualified? Because that's what the game will do. And that's a dreadful start to the Grand Prix. But Nusilo back up to P3, and Barrichello, who we also know as Vapes, is battling wheel to wheel with Almanac going into the Senna S's. And that's job done.
Yeah, McLaren now 3rd and 4th. Crucially though, Nisula on the medium tyre. Everybody else in the top 10, with the exception of Pipe Tech, is in 10th. Now he's got past Hawkey up to 11th.
Yeah, Hawkey using his head here, isn't he? He's got the race experience. He's playing the long game here, but if the door opens, he will go for it.
Yeah, he will. But yeah, so 8 of the top 10 on the hard tyres, Pipe Tech and Nisula the ones on the mediums. Personally, if it's going to rain and you're going to need inters, I think they're on the better tyre at the moment. I would. The strategy.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think the medium is the tyre to be on. Question: if it goes to wet weather, they don't need a second compound, so they can go medium, right?
If the race is declared wet, yes. In the game, that means that the DRS is disabled.
Right.
So assuming the DRS is disabled, then they only have to use 1 compound of tyre. In theory, they could go to the end on the hard tyres they've started on.
DRS enabled. And just on board with Jack Hawkey, and Pipe Tech, it has to be said, had an excellent exit from the Senna S's, as we're going to look at the McLaren, and you can just see the tyre advantage at the minute. And
yeah, those medium tyres. Of course, no formation laps. So do you know what the tyre temperature is at the start? Are they cold? Are they up to sort of a standardised?
It's blanket temperature, so 70 degrees.
Yeah. So in that case, then the medium tyre will take roughly a lap and a half to get up to full.
No, is it Celsius?
70.
It must be Celsius.
70 Celsius. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not aging yourself and going in Fahrenheit, are you?
No. I was degrees. Like, bloody hell, there'd be no rubber left.
Yeah. So 70 degrees out of the blankets. Medium tyre that I found from last night takes about a lap and a half to get up to full operating temperature, so that's anywhere above 90 Celsius.
Oh, double overtake, Lucelo round the outside and going to get the job done. Surely, no, he's fighting back for more. Quiabo, but
I think
DRS
he's let him
enabled.
have that.
DRS
I think
enabled.
he's let him. Yeah, he's let him retake the lead there, because now look at the overspeed.
And the grip is going to
have
tally
enough
it.
around the outside.
Grip's going to tally it, and this is the part of the circuit which is beautiful for wheel to wheel. I remember season 6, me and Snipes did it. You were
Yeah.
who was commentating? Thomas was commentating. And
Yeah,
that's
I've done
job
it around there with Don Almo, Danny Boy. I think I've done it around there with Jack Hawkey as well in years gone by. I won't be surprised if I've done it with you around there in years gone by.
Well,
Gone side by side.
yeah, several times.
So up into the lead of the race.
I don't remember too many collisions with you, so it must have ended up all right.
Not just one.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'd say it was probably one season where I had more crashes than any other season, but you know, we had that one and we had Smarto. But I will reiterate, I wasn't at fault for any of them.
That's what you think.
Jack Hawkey watching the action in front, and the problem with Jack Hawkey is he's got Pipe Tech, who's on the medium tyre, and he just can't get
back
close
of the train, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he is with that lead group now, so that's the main thing for him. He didn't want to get caught up behind what's now turning into the Milosh train. Of course, Milosh on the medium tyre, so I'll be brutally honest, I don't know if he's making his way through and has now cleared that pack and is going to start to bridge to the lead in 11. Or
Ferrari,
Hasmania
Hasmania having a look down the inside, and definitely just looking at the positions at the minute. You got K and B, and I'm probably going to say Hasmania certainly not where you'd expect them.
No, Mantis as well, not where you'd expect him to be. All of those drivers, though, with the exception of K&B, obviously we've seen him have the spin early on, they're all on the hard tyre, so they're all planning on going long. And if the rain isn't that heavy, if it isn't bad enough for the need of intermediates or full wets, they stand a very, very good chance of coming away into the final stint on the softer compounded tyre on the mediums and being able to claw back a lot of places.
Yeah, and the problem the drivers at the back have got is a VSC doesn't really change anything because the drivers ahead of you aren't going to need to pit. So this DRS is it's kind of not moving the race. It's so hard to get your energy back at this track. There's not many heavy braking zones.
No, I'm just thinking about the strategy now for the medium runners. They'll be looking at a pit stop at around about anything from lap 15 onwards. If they're looking at a two-stop race, it'll be lap 15, lap 30, and then softs, or it'll be lap 15 and then softs. Oh, has too much curb. He caught it, but not quite well enough. Took a little bit too much curb through the final proper corner.
Yeah, Jack Hawkey's close now to Pipe Tech. He had the lazy Senna S, and they both got DRS. And Pautek's gone defensive quite early into the corner already. Side by side going through to Cedar de Lago. And for now,
The Alpha
Pautek
pushing the Aston through.
Yeah, literally. I don't think Jack Hawkey's going to be able to do it, but Pautek looking low on ERS right now, and this will probably be Hawkey's opportunity this lap to get past the Aston.
Yeah, 7/10 as well between Pautek and Bryson in P9. If that gap opens up much more, because it's closed now, but if it opens up, then he's really going to struggle to keep Hawkey behind.
Hilly's the one who's struggling. He's just dropped out of the 1 second, and I mean Haley's the one who's surprisingly struggling.
Did he have it? No, he's not got DRS, so he's quick enough in a straight line to start to close back into Jones. He's locked the rear axle there going into turn 1. That's not helped him at all.
Yeah, and he's surely not going to be able to defend this. It's just a question. It's just a question. Can Bryson get through as well? I don't think he's quite close enough, but that is. I actually don't know who the hell is in that Red Bull. Let me have a look. Because the name doesn't match up. Yeah, it doesn't match the Discord name.
No, I'm not sure who he is on Discord, but he has raced all season as Akbar. He was one of the title contenders at one point, but a couple of mistakes at some big rounds. Yeah,
it's Akko. Oh, there we go. Very good. What he said.
A couple of mistakes at some key races throughout the year. Monza was one. Zandvoort as well. Just let him down really and sort of dropped him out of that fight, but he's been a consistent performer.
Yeah, I think Jack Hawkey's had enough of sitting behind that Aston because he's now using all of his ERS. He's got the DRS. Oh, and I tell you what, Pautek. Oh, I tell you what, it's just as well he gave the room.
Yeah, just gave enough room.
Oh,
and
I tell you what, that
gave him a little squeeze on the exit for good measure.
Look at Hilly, he is struggling left, right and centre here. He has got Bryson all over his gearbox.
So crucially, still within that window for Akbar. So he's not going to be totally out of it.
We got yellow flag and Riyadh is out. Does that bring any sort of safety car? It's a full... Is it a fault? No, it's a virtual. And I tell you what, Hilly will be counting his chickens because he was about to be... in the side-by-side battle through Sector 2.
Yeah, that's an incident with K&B there for Riyadh. We've got damage on the Alfa Romeo. And Riyadh obviously off. I would be... If I was a betting man, I would say that K&B is going to go for the overtake. He's chosen his side, which in this case I think is the outside of the corner. Riyadh's come back across to take his usual line after defending. And they've made contact and the AlphaTauri has been pitched into the wall. But we've got damage on the Alfa Romeo now, so we'll see if he decides to pit or if he's going to go for a few more laps. Pautek is in.
And he's going for the soft, surely, because the rain looks like it's on its way. Look at the clouds, they are coming in. But what this does do, I tell you, this gives Hilly a fighting chance. He's got the chance to rejuvenate his energy.
Hard tyres for Pautek.
So
he's gambling.
He's not expecting the rain to be hard enough then.
He's gambling there. He's going for it. He's like you say, expecting the rain not to be hard enough to need intermediates. Milosh has gone for the soft tyre, has for the mediums.
Hilly's gone for a tour of the billboards. I don't know if he's had a collision with Jack Hawkey there, because Hawkey's got past.
Was he taking out the marker boards?
No, he was having a closer look at the Rolex. The Rolex boards. Almanac up to P5. We got McLaren 1-4, and tell you what, race leader is doing a very good job right now. 2.4 seconds is the advantage.
Milosh on the fresh soft tyres is just absolute torn past Andre. Andre on the warm, up to temperature hard tyres, cold softs have just blown him away.
Yeah, and Asmania's on mediums as well, and he's looking pretty
feisty.
Pretty
we've had a move there. Almanac's got himself ahead of as we know with vapes, but Barrichello, DRS assisted.
I'll tell you what, look at Cornish Cook, because he is all over the back of the Williams of Kiebo.
Yeah, and this is where sort of that early part of the race is going to come back to bite some of them, because if the tyres weren't brought into the temperature window properly, they'll put excess wear on them early, trying to force their way through the corner. It's like when you try and cut paper with scissors. You know when you do that thing where you sort of push it along instead of actually like
Yeah.
If you push that too early or at the wrong angle, you just tear the paper rather than cut it, and that's kind of what the idea of bringing the tyres into the temperature window carefully is like. You want to like coax them in.
Yeah, well, if I'm PW Jones, I'm telling Kiebo to get an absolute move on, because if this weather does come, they're going to be double stacking, which is going to cost. Okay, they've won the title, they've won, the drivers. Oh, there's a spinning! Cornish! He's caught it, what a save! But that has dropped him down 4 positions, and Kiebo can breathe once again.
He can, yeah, retake second place, because Cornish had got ahead. He was ahead before turn 1, but now Cornish dropping down to P6.
We got wheel-to-wheel battling here between the McLaren and the Aston. And this is what I'm saying, this track just brings brilliant racing. This is the kind of stuff we want to see. And this is the kind of stuff that you can see if you join us here at Contest of Speed.
Certainly can. If you're interested in joining us and you're watching this stream now, you think, I can show all of them chumps what's what. Head over to our Discord channel. You can find the links in the stream chat somewhere. I don't know if anyone in chat wants to do the honours to exclamation mark and then Discord.
I can even
get that link to pop up.
Yeah, it will pop up, but right now Jack Hawkey is sniffing a P8 from Hacko, and he's going to send it up the inside of turn 1. Room given from both, so it's clean, and Jack Hawkey's going to get a better exit. And a little bit of a snap of oversteer from the Red Bull, and he's opportunist gone through.
Yes, he's taken the opportunity.
Absolutely mullered it.
Back to P8 for Hawkey. 7 cars now between him and where his time would have qualified him, we think. Maybe with the exception of Cornish Cops lap.
But this is the thing. I Jack Hawkey, he's clearly not. He shouldn't be down in P20. No. But I tell you what, he's having a great time out there. He's making some overtakes, good racing, and yeah, he's closing the gap. I mean, he's not too far behind the likes of P3.
Yeah, and I wonder, whether the reason we're seeing the spins that we are is because the drivers have gone for that sort of hybrid setup where they've raised the ride height a little bit, and that's obviously with these cars now being ground effect cars, that's going to reduce the amount of downforce that they'll be producing, relying totally on mechanical grip, and as we're seeing, the back end is going around like a pendulum.
Here we go, a battle for P11 between Kagenis and STLR, and that's a nice move from the Mercedes. Room given again, as Kagenis is probably going to get a nice little bit of a switch back here, and he does, and he's going to come back at him, and will pick up the DRS surely. Oh, look at Cornish. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. Cornish, it did look like a bit of a send. At first glance, possibly a racing incident, but hey, it's the last race. These guys are just having some fun.
Yeah. Is it me, or is the track looking a little bit shiny? There's no rain falling yet. We can't see it over the top of the halo or on the bodywork of the cars, but part of the track is looking a little bit greasy.
Yeah, we're going to see Almark having a move down the inside of Vapes. Takes a lot of that curb, nearly loses the back end. And watch PW Jones, and we've said it all season, well, I've said it a couple of times. He doesn't do anything fancy. He just stays out of the way and picks off the pieces.
Yeah, and he was maybe 2 or 3 seconds behind these two a few laps ago. But now they've been fighting. It's giving him that opportunity to close the gap.
His music would be Solid as a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be his tone, because that's what he does. He's just a steady Eddie.
What do you reckon mine would be?
Oh God. I mean,
I've not asked this, but I've already asked this to put you on the spot.
what would your theme be? Oh, I couldn't possibly answer that on the stream and keep it PG.
Good answer.
But what I did notice was the first few drops of rain as PW Jones is trying to make a move around the outside into turn 1. The Aston is struggling for DRS. Oh, and PW Jones!
Together!
Oh,
That was always going to happen. That was a door that was closing.
Yeah, it very reminiscent of Ocon and Verstappen. Was it 2019?
Maybe 2020, one of those two, yeah, where Verstappen ended up going and giving him a good shove in the pit lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And
afterwards, and getting his community service order.
yeah, he was a bit of a loose cannon back then, wasn't he? You know.
I think he still is. He's just not getting into those scrapes anymore. You saw it with George in Baku, didn't you? Where the old sort of fiery temper sort of reared its head when they came together, in something that was no more than a racing incident, really.
Yeah, it was one of those that was like 60% Ocon's fault, 40% Verstappen's, and yeah, you can't really penalise anyone for not being completely at fault. But Bryson having a look at the move on Almanach, and again, Almanach being attacked for the second lap in a row through turn 1.
Needs more space this time, but he's going to have picked up a penalty there on the exit of turn 2, entry to 3, because he ran the whole car over the white line. Bryson going for it again into 4, not quite close enough, but Bryson's another one who was maybe 2 or 3 seconds away from the likes of Almanach 5-6 laps ago, and that gap's now been bridged. I think it's definitely looking greasy at the top of the hill there on the infield. At the top of the hill at turn 6 and 7, I think it's starting to look a little bit down, which is weird, really, because
we got a spinner! It's the Alpha. Jack Hawkey is out.
Oh!
He lost it. I don't know if
full safety car.
Full safety car. Now, if I'm at the back, I'm gambling on intermediates here. What will these drivers do? Because it does look like the rain is starting
the rain is
to
now
come.
Coming over the halos.
What will these drivers do?
is in from the lead.
But I mean, you can see it's starting to rain. Such a shame. Hawkey was loving life there. And what tyre is it going to be for the race leader? It is Inters.
Intermediates. He's going for it. His teammate keeps going.
But the question is, Dan, will it last long enough and will it get heavy enough? Because we've been told that it's not here for long.
Maybe, but if they're all going to do it, then no one's really losing out. PW Jones has been forced to wait. He's had to stack. He's gone for slicks.
PW Jones he's playing the gamble card because it's got to be.
He is.
I mean, even if he's 3 or 4 seconds a lap slower and it lasts 4 laps, he's going to be laughing.
Yeah. Barrichello could be interesting when he gets back round again. He's been caught by the safety car, which is going to mean that staying out to avoid the stack is essentially going to be pointless because he's going to have everyone catch him up. However, I think by the time we get round, he will come out of the pits just behind Hilly.
No, I think he's going to stay out, because if it doesn't get wet enough, right, everyone else is going to have to pit behind him anyway.
True.
I mean, right now it is dry conditions. So
it's the fact he's on the hard tyre, though. That's the thing. You could nurse a set of mediums from here. He's staying out. I mean, ultimately, he doesn't really have a choice. He's got to try and commit now and stay out. Yeah. Almanach coming back in.
And surely this is going to be for a dry set, because why else would you come in?
Or a nose change. Nose change, maybe? he cycled to Inters.
Interesting.
I wonder whether there was
There must have been
potentially.
damage.
Yeah, I wonder if there's been damage that he's wanted them to replace and they've not changed the wing.
I mean,
Um,
in the wet conditions, though, he can get away with damage because it's so hard
Yeah.
to overtake.
yeah, yeah. Andre in, so that's the last runner apart from Barrichello in the lead, who's not pitted so far.
No, I think PW Jones has made a mistake here.
Yeah.
But if he, I want it to pay off though because it'll be brilliant.
I mean, he's not going to lose anything really.
I mean,
now.
he has.
He
Yeah,
might as well.
He's
He's got to just stick with it.
But you can see
But
on
he's
the
not
track.
the only one.
Yeah, you can see on the track how wet it is though. Even at this stage. And there's another lap yet to go.
Yeah, I know, and we're still technically under dry conditions as well. So
This has got to be on the cusp, hasn't it?
yeah, but again, we're looking at between 5 and 10 laps of rain, depending on what the kind of time scale is and how heavy it's going to be. But the sky looks like it's brightening up a bit. You know, I mean, that's never an exact science.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to stay on. I think I'm gonna have to stay on board with PW Jones at the start of the race because you'll be able to tell within the first braking zone. But I tell you what, he might have just pulled out a bit of a masterclass here.
K&B's done the same.
Yeah, K&B I can understand. He's got nothing to lose being in P16. I mean, right now, it isn't... You know, they're probably quite evenly matched. And the rain looks like it's stopped. Or it's stopping.
It's still coming down for me.
It's still coming down, but it's lighter than what it was maybe a lap ago. I tell you what, I wonder if we're going to see anyone jump straight into the pits now.
I don't think it's worth it for them.
Well, I mean,
because all it takes is one cloud.
Oh, let's go to P1 because this is
I'll stick with
Barrichello.
Jones and let you know.
Barrichello, I tell you what, he might have pulled off a strategy and all. I mean, you surely...
I'll tell you what I wouldn't be doing if I was on a set of slicks right now. I would not be going slowly.
No.
And letting them cool down, because you will never get that temperature back.
He's gone, but look at P2 already. The Inters are working out.
Yeah, Jones has lost a position already.
It is Inter conditions. However, the McLaren's gone. Barrichello's gone. Barrichello has gone.
Jones is crawling through turn 3 right now.
Yeah, but he needs to lose about 20 seconds for this to not pay off. Let's go to P9. Whereas PW Jones is struggling. K&B's retired. He was on the soft tyre, I think.
Yeah, he was on slicks as well.
Yeah, so the soft tyre is not the tyre, but... I mean, PW Jones is really struggling. What's the McLaren doing?
I would be willing to bet there's a lot of cars who've had this. They've overtaken Jones under yellow flags. With first Barrichello and then K&B and then Caganis retiring or having their spins. It's been yellow pretty much the whole way down. We've got the safety car out again.
I tell you what, this works for Jones. This brings Jones right back into it because... I mean,
he can stay out now.
He can stay out. Everyone else, if they pit, they'll go behind him. And if they stay out, it's going to get drier. So, this safety car is pretty good for Jones, I would say, at this stage.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be absolutely over the moon with that.
Oh, he's just lit the rear up coming off the corner. I think, you know, he might just take the hit and stop and put some inters on because he's going to be at the back of the pack.
No, I don't think he can now. I think he's committed to it now. His race is done if he doesn't stay out, because he'll lose track position, or the advantage of when everyone pits, because it's surely going to be going 3 laps behind the safety car. It's a long time, but he is pitting.
Yeah, him and Barrichello, they're both going for it. I think it's more a case of survive. They might be able to try and do something clever when they go back to slicks, if they go back to slicks. It's still heavy enough.
Barrichello's gone onto the mediums. He's gone to a new set of mediums. I tell you, I think this is the play. I think this is the play, because he's P16.
It could be.
The only advantage he's got is going on a different set.
Let's see how drivable it is.
I mean, I'm calling barrier right now. Ooh.
Stick with him. See what it's like.
I go on board.
Oh,
it's sketchy.
It's sketchy. That's not great.
That's not great. Only 14 laps to go.
What plays into his favour though now is because he's going to be so slow.
Oh, he's gone.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. There he goes. I mean, he kept it absolutely lovely. But...
He did. He caught it well. He's going to be so slow that the safety car's going to stay out for the full.
But here's the question: Why doesn't he go? Why doesn't he go onto a set of softs? Because if you're going to go onto a slick tyre, onto a set of slicks.
It then defeats the point of him going and staying on the slicks, because he'd have to stop again on the softs. They won't make 14. So if you're going to do it and commit to that strategy, he's got to go with the mediums.
I've got a slow Mercedes. See, these drivers are struggling. We've got no front wing for STLR. And Nellen, not really sure what Nellen's doing. I think there's some sort of confusion.
I think the two Mercs have hit each other, if I'm honest.
Well,
I'm still riding with Barrichello. He's crawling through every corner, to the point where I think the safety car's actually faster than him right now.
I mean, to be fair, look how far he is behind, but...
Yeah, what a man, he's burning ERS down the straight to try and catch up.
Safety car's in.
Safety car said, sod you, we're coming in anyway.
But Milan has had enough of this, and he said, nah, screw this, we're going. He's got a pot noodle on the go.
Yeah. Let's go back for his instant coffee. Oh. Right, Nisula then, leading the pack.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Chiabo's just about lit his tyres. Chiabo's read it well, though.
He has, yeah. Terrible restart from Nisula. He's going to lose the lead.
Oh, and he can't turn in if his car there. And he got a yellow flag. Sector, that's a Aston Martin, is it? Pipe tick, I think.
And Tasmania as well.
So there we go.
Wing damage on the Ferrari, so he'll be coming in again, or he'll have to try and wait for STLR's stop for slicks.
Yeah, I don't think this is the right move. Oh my god, moment from Chiabo. Oh, somehow he kept it. Let's get rid of this tyre graphic.
I'm going to stick with STLR and see how he goes. I can't imagine well.
I'm leaning towards DNF, to be honest. But you never know, he might surprise, he might have the grip. He might turn into a Verstappen.
Maybe. I'm going to go with no already.
Is it that good, is it?
Yep. He's doing better than Barrichello did, but it's definitely not ready for slicks. I mean, it probably would have been if they'd all kept going at full race pace, because they'd have cleared the standing water, but because they've had a couple of laps behind the safety car.
And we've got the two Red Bulls, now 6th and 7th. They've gone about their business quite well. They've benefited from this. We've got a spinning McLaren, that'll be Barrichello.
It is.
So a race to forget at this moment. Pipe Tick has had enough. He's in the pit lane.
And he's gone slicks. New front wing for him, but slicks as well.
Yeah, I just wonder if they're rolling the dice for their teammates, maybe gathering some data, to saying where when the track's improving.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they'll have been told as well that the rain will be stopping.
But the
But
one
it's
thing
all
I
good the
haven't,
rain's stopping, but it's the track drying up.
I haven't seen DRS being disabled.
No, that's a good point. I'm assuming it must have been.
Yellow flags. Bryson's retired. Bryson's dropped it at.
He's dropped it up the hill, hasn't he?
Yeah, is that the exit of Jingxiao, or is that the name?
Yeah,
of it? Jingxiao.
Something like that.
And Hako's gambling.
A couple of them are, aren't they? They're going to gamble that the safety car will not come in before the rain dries up. Medium tyres on the Red Bull.
And it's a double DNF for Alpine. I think for the first time this season.
Yeah, not the end of the season they wanted. Hasmania, there we go. He's gone slicks. He's gone for softs.
Yes, we love that. And he can fix his damage as well. So I think softs is definitely the tyre now, especially with the track being wet.
Yeah.
Oh, and Hako's been disqualified.
He's dropped it in the pit lane on the exit.
Yeah, and he's been disqualified.
Yeah.
Oh, and he'd be fuming.
Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you? I would be. But that it just goes to show it's not the time yet. But they've got to take that gamble now.
I think Nellen is in a great. Nellen's 20 seconds clear of Hilly. He's got a perfect opportunity to, if he wants to, take that gamble.
Yeah, that gap's getting bigger as well.
Yeah, Hilly's struggling on them tyres. Yeah, Hilly's the first.
Retired in the pits.
Hilly's the first one on mediums, so that'll be why the gap's getting bigger.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Oh, I'm gutted I didn't get it on camera.
It looked as though it was, them ones that are just sort of slow, inevitable demise.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, where the back end goes, you can't steer and you think, it isn't coming back.
Look how slow Haas is going.
Just dribble round. Yeah,
he must have been given an illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Hilly, I'd probably go off track now and let Haas go through.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, last race, innit? I'm on the soft tyre anyway.
Milos has just tried to get through as well.
He's thinking, we pay for your engines. The least you can do is give you free position.
So he's on the inters as well, so these two will be chronically slow for him.
They need to really start getting their foot down here because, they're nearly through. Halfway through sector 2.
Yeah, I mean they are catching up. They've got about 8 seconds so far this lap, or in the last lap or so. So they'll be there or thereabouts coming into the lap, I think.
Oh, the floor is gone!
Hasmania on the curb!
Oh, he's gone. He's lost it on the Cena to Largo. And he'll be fuming, and it was the slow, inevitable death.
Yep. Just the tyres decided, no, not today.
No, he is not happy with that. And the problem he's got is now, the pace he's going around the track, he can't even go into the pit because they'll be under green flag, so...
He's dropped it again, same corner.
Hilly does not like that corner.
No, do you know what this race reminds me of?
Don't say 2008.
No,
that'll be upsetting.
It would, yes. We don't talk about that race here. As far as I'm concerned,
Mass is the true champion.
Yes.
Oh, Hilly, there he goes. Yes.
He was shocked at what you said. Nayland's in for some mediums, and he's hit the pit wall on the way out. Andre's in, new set of inters. Haas is coming in. I don't think he's got a choice there. I don't think there's enough wing left to really stay out and try it with.
I think at this point Haas is borrowing some off the Alphas.
Yeah, quick, get the spray paint out. Yeah, there's no front wing left at all, so...
PW Jones up to P6, and the rain has stopped completely.
It has, yeah. Hasmania's gone to the mediums now.
It's completely stopped.
The only set he had left.
This track will get dry very quickly.
Well, it's on a hill, isn't it? It's basically on the side of quite a steep hill, so...
I think they're going to have to box, you know, for a set of slick tyres. I don't see Jones losing all this time under 2 laps. If I'm Jones, just keep it on the track. He'll get track position once everyone boxes. Or will someone stay out, Dan?
Someone will stay out, I think. There's no harm in staying out. Because they've got, what, 8 laps to go.
Just stay on board with PW Jones if you can, and you'll be able to see his braking. Hasmania, 3-second penalty. We got a spinner. It's PW Jones. Oh, he's dropped it. And he was in a great position, but I don't think he's got any damage. So...
I can't see any.
He's still in with a shout. It is still intermediate conditions. But the track will get better. Let's go on board with Cornish Cook. Again, we could have a second night with a Ferrari victory.
We could. So pit stop time around here, we're talking, by the time you got out of the pits and back up to speed, you're looking at between 25 and 28 seconds, depending on how good you stop it. Adds about 5 seconds to that if you're looking to change a front wing. So realistically, we're looking at, say, 25 seconds to the leader in order for someone to retake it or take the lead. So Jones right now only 9.5 seconds off the lead. But he's having to crawl round.
Yeah, as long as the track keeps drying out, that's what you can, like you say, you can afford it. I tell you what, this is a yellow flag. We got Barrichello, who is out.
Oh, the safety car is out again.
Safety car is out, and this will definitely put Jones in the driving seat.
If I'm Jones, right, I would have boxed there for a set of softs. He's only going to lose 1 place on track. It's to Neylan, who's not really going to be a challenge for him when the green flags come out again, and it would have given him the best chance when the safety car
saying that
does come in.
He's 15.8 seconds behind the leader, and under these conditions, does that mean that the leader's got him covered?
Potentially. I mean, it's going to be close.
Like you have to come in now. You have to come in now. The track is getting drier.
If he'd come in and put the softs on immediately, he would have probably. Well, he wouldn't have got himself back up towards the front. I think that's.
I want to see.
Given.
I want to see someone take the gamble and stay out in Inters.
Well, at the minute, it might not be as big of a gamble as you think.
Oh yeah, but they're not even kicking up any spray. There's no raindrops. I'm boxing if this is me on track. I'm taking the gamble to be on the right tyre at the right time.
Missoula is coming in.
Oh, and I tell you what, I thought Cornish was going to try a little gamble. The question is, who's going to get blocked in?
Andre stayed out. He's going for it.
Yes, Andre. Yes, Andre. Let's go. And we absolutely love to see it. The sad thing is he's got a penalty.
It's only 3 seconds. He can manage.
Pipetic's got
a drive through.
Oh, mate. But PW Jones decided to stay out. He has got the jump on them. But he's
back up into second place.
Yeah, he's got some softs behind him, and you got to love that from Andre.
Yeah, he do. We'd all do it in that position, wouldn't we? Let's be honest. We'd all try it.
Do you know what, Pipetic's retired. It's such a shame. I can't blame him with the drive-through this late in the race, but
no, I think it was 2 actually in the end.
Was it?
Let me have a look. I'll check the race director on. Yeah, it was. It's 2 drive-throughs.
Oh, you love that. I mean, the good news for him is
Have a look.
he's got some sort of knowledge for tomorrow's race.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
is a U2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I was just having a look at the race director to see if they had the DRS activation notices like they used to have. Do you remember back in the day when they put that in the director's report? But sadly not. So we don't know whether it's been officially classified as a wet race or not. And looking at Andre, if it hasn't been, he will be disqualified at the end of the race because he's only used 1 set of dry tyres.
we go. Which would be another curveball.
It would, wouldn't it?
But this is Brazil.
Jones
This is
has
what
used-
Brazil does.
Yeah, Jones has used 2 sets, as has Cornish, Almanac, Mantis, Kevo has, Milos has, Nisula has. Nayland's used all 3. He's gone cold. Well, he's a wet tyre away from a cold kaleidoscope. Hilly has, Pike Tech had as well. So all of them that are left, with the exception of Andre, have gone on 2 sets.
I mean, Hilly is a long way
slicks.
behind. Hilly's coming up to Xingqiao, and they're halfway through sector 2. So Hilly isn't going to get anywhere near the rest. The rest of the pack. We might even get the safety car going in this lap.
I think we will. Is this second lap behind it or first?
This is second, I think.
Yeah, it should come in this lap then.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta love going from dry to wet to dry. I mean, it's just so much fun. Challenge, a different challenge for the drivers.
Yeah. Oh no, we're going to get 1 more lap. All the slick runners are loving it. There's still definitely water out there, though, isn't there? You can see it.
I'll tell you what, watch out for Cornish Cook, because that guy's got pace.
Soft tyres as well.
Soft tyres. Almanac likes an attack. You got Kievo in 6. You got Nisula, who's on the medium. Got to be disappointed with the race result because was comfortably leading this Grand Prix.
He was, yeah. Well, it's the same as last week, isn't it? One mistake and it all sort of falls away.
And I haven't seen.
Interestingly, though, Ricky, you say Hilly's not going to get anywhere near. He's 30 seconds faster on the last lap than the main pack.
Yeah, I think he's going to run out. No, I can't see it. I mean, he's flying now. He is flying. But just as I said, we have not seen DRS disabled. I have not seen DRS enabled.
Well, no, we don't get more than 2 laps from a safety car, do we? So
Yeah, we'll get lap 36.
we'll get 1 lap of it re-enabled.
This is going to be fun. I mean, on Jess, you never expected him to be leading with 4 laps to go in the Grand Prix on the wrong tyre. And yet here he is. And this, I mean, this is just brilliant.
Safety car coming in. See, Hilly's still flying out there on those tyres. I'm not sure I'm not sure it's slicks yet, you know.
Hilly's on slicks though, right?
No, he's on inters.
I tell you what, he wants Nellen to slow down a bit. Sorry, Gamer, slow down a bit. And he's gone. Andres is gone, and it's a great start. On board with
solid restart.
Yeah,
I honestly think the inters might still be the tyre.
On board with PW Jones. Oh, he's greasy.
Oh, there's an Aston.
They're struggling. I think
The inters are still the tyre, aren't they? They're
Inters
still
are-
in the window.
Yeah, it's greasy. It's greasy. Andre is right now has got a slight advantage, but I think PW Jones. Oh, I think the tyre's starting to cross over. You know.
Cornish has had a nightmare restart. He's down to 5th.
Oh yeah, you can see it. It's 4 tenths of a second, and it's ever closing.
But we're now entering the bit of the track that's probably wettest. That second half of the circuit, so we'll see what it's going to be like going back up the hill.
I tell you what, Almanac, if he can give... Oh, PW Jones has a moment. And this is giving Andres a bit of an opportunity to get away slightly. Only a couple of attempts, but that couple of attempts might make all the difference. And we're going to go into lap 35 with Gamer leading the
I know
race.
we're supposed to be impartial, but come on, man, you can do this.
Yeah, I really want him to do it.
Bring it home.
And do you know what? He'll be absolutely buzzing.
Oh, no, no!
Oh, no! I go defensive. Stick me in the car, anything. Oh, you can see it now. Yeah, it's dries now. The question is, how long can he keep behind? Because look at the pack behind them. They're all close. We're talking meters here. Look at the Williams. Kiabo's gone round the two of them.
He's got to give those places back.
Oh,
Wing damage.
Oh,
no!
Jones. And this has allowed Gamer to keep his lead. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, Kiabo's taking him out.
No.
Oh, no.
No. And this has allowed Almanac to take the lead. Cornish Cook. Cornish Cook behind Bryson in the chat saying they went to Mexico. Here we go. Cornish Cook, Ferrari versus Almanac, Aston Martin. And Almanac has used a lot of his ERS because he is flashing. It's the last lap of the Interlagos track for XP2.
Oh, here we go. Cornish takes the lead.
Oh, it's a beautiful move as well. And he's surely going to get away.
I'm back to partisan feeling. Come on, man. Bring that red car home.
There we go. Look at the McLaren. The McLaren is getting involved as well. And all of a sudden, those mediums have come right back to life as Almanac drops 2 positions in just 2 corners.
He's going to look to fight back, though. He's having a look down the inside of 7.
I don't think he can do it. Although the soft tyres surely got the advantage. And I feel
might get one opportunity.
I'm gutted for Gamer because
yeah.
It was probably just 1 lap too late. Sorry, too early. Not too late. But Cornish Cook is going to do it. Ferrari are going to be on the top step yet again around Interlagos. And
bring it on, son.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit. We're getting used to seeing.
Yeah.
We're getting used to seeing Cornish Cook on the top step.
Oh, we've had a pile up over the line.
Missoula
with his penalty applied drops to 5th.
Hilly takes P7 in the end, and what a race! What an ending to this Grand Prix.
Oh, top quality! What an end to a season as well.
This is why Brazil is the best track to end the season.
Yeah, you don't get that anywhere else. Oh, Andre's in the chat. Yeah. He's not happy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be happy either, mate. We're cheering you on.
I tell you what, though, what a ballsy call. And to be fair,
yeah,
nearly pulled it off.
Yeah, I'd have been interested to see what he could have done if he'd not had the instant there to put himself down towards the back. But I need to lie down.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I go for a pint.
Yeah.
There we go, Cornish Cook. I tell you what, this just about wraps up his game cycle. He's done it again. P1 for the Tifosi. He's happy with that. Look at him dancing.
Yeah, top man. Ferrari on the top step, where we belong.
And in the end, it's a pole and race win. So
yeah,
PW Jones picks up the driver of the day and the fastest lap. But yeah, what a Grand Prix. Alpine in the mud of it. Alfa Romeo in the mud. And the day belongs to Ferrari.
Andre was classified at the end, so it was declared a wet race in there. Probably under one of the safety cars when it was already disabled. That's why we didn't see it. So every cloud He's not been disqualified for not using 2 dry components.
Yeah, it's fair enough. And he'll pick up 2 points as well. So
Yeah. Fastest lap for Jones. So that'll be a consolation after that late. Well, the late punting. Great stuff. And just like that, Ricky, our XP2 season and our cross-play adventure is over.
Yeah, just like that. It's been a hell of a ride.
Certainly
we've had
has.
a lot of new drivers coming to the community, and I think we're going to see a lot of them return for the new game.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, thank you for commentating all season. Most of the time by yourself.
It's been tough, but it's been a pleasure.
And
Thanks to all the drivers, of course. It makes it easier when there's always some good racing going on.
Absolutely. So we will end it there. I don't know if the stewards will be that busy this week. Obviously, we do finish with Brazil. So thank you for watching. And if you do feel like being involved, get yourself in the Discord and get ready for what's about to come in the next couple of weeks.